Total Recall, a prime example of early 90s action mixed with science fiction. It starred Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was one of the top action movie stars from the 80s and 90s. There was so much action and adventure in the film that it was a perfect candidate for a video game. Let's recall this classic NES action platformer and see what the 90s brought us.
The levels within Total Recall follow the storyline very loosely. What really ties it all together is the cutscenes that are displayed in between each level. They did a really good job with the graphics on the cutscenes. In this cutscene here, it actually looks like Michael Ironside. There were so many movie adaptations that had a hard time getting the graphics to actually look like the real people. Well, they pulled it off here. On the title screen, it even looks like Arnold. The game itself is just a mediocre action platformer. The hit detection is part of what brings the game's fun and value down along with the boring attack you get. You need to time your punches just right to make sure they don't get too close to you, or you will lose the ability to inflict any damage on them. See this part here with these two short guys jumping all over the place? It's hard enough to hit them with them moving all over the place, but when they get right on top of you, there's nothing you can do. You will need to move left or right to move away from them and then go in for the kill again. As I mentioned before, the other issue with the game is the horrible attack. All you get most of the time is the ability to punch. If this was executed correctly, it could have worked. Take Shatterhand for instance. It was done right, and the punches felt so satisfying. You really felt like you were doing some serious damage with your punches. Not in Total Recall. It actually feels like you are wasting your time, but let's give Acclaim the benefit of the doubt. You have some good titles, and you have some bad ones. You can't win them all. For all I know, they may have had a very strict budget to stick to, and the game had to be thrown together as quickly as possible. I noticed something very interesting when you died or ran out of lives. It seemed to always reference the Terminator movies. The paragraphs that displayed when you died would say, "I'll be back," which is an obvious phrase from the Terminator. Then when you use your last life, it would always say your game has been terminated. It's like they wanted to keep referencing the Terminator franchise. I guess they wanted to pack as much Schwarzenegger into the game as possible. As far as the music goes, I was a bit confused. It really was not that bad, but it was not that good either. The main problem with it is that it did not even match the theme of the game. It's really just some random music thrown together. I think I would have gone a different route. Even though playing this game was not the best of experiences, it did bring back some memories of the early 90s that made it well worth playing the game again. If you want to play a great action platformer, try Shatterhand. The game is highly addictive and fun.